Now we're going to get to the NFC side. Green Bay and Atlanta. This game pretty much was the NFC though. The whole NFC was pretty much a whitewash.
Yeah.
But 14 out of 40 picked the pack in this one. Aaron Rodgers showed he was still on fire. He put up. I mean, he put up numbers. He put up on Madden. I mean, it was ridiculous. 31 out of 36, 366 yards. They had three consecutive drives when they went over 80 yards. That's just unheard of. I'm starting to wonder why in the world did I pick the Falcons a few weeks ago to go all the way to the Super Bowl. And I remember why, because that game against the Saints, they were blitzing, they were getting pressure from the quarterback. That was the thing I was worried about them all season. And then all of a sudden they stopped blitzing this game, and they got no pressure on Rodgers at all. When they did get pressure, he just seemed to step up and dodge around it. John Abraham, like he was 90 years old in this game. What did you guys take from it?
Well, I was questioning the Falcons all season. Like, I always thought they'd be a good regular season team, and then when it comes to the playoffs, they, just tank. They wouldn't really know how to respond. But it was kind of like a boat race. Green Bay just got out, and it got ugly quick.
Yeah, well, the Falcons style of play, once they get behind, if they're more than 2 touchdowns back, they can forget it. They keep it within 10, and the fourth, Matt Ryan might come up with his magic, but it was no magic, no Chris. What's the guy name? Chris Angel.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Chris Angel's gonna save him in this game.
Nope.
What did you take from it, Sean?
I think they just ran into a buzzsaw. They had a lot of time off. Usually, number one seeds or favorites are more vulnerable, at the beginning of a playoff season. But I think they just ran into a guy that was on fire. I mean, I don't think the way that Green Bay played, I don't think it would have mattered who they played that day. They would have won.
It was still amazing. They were still, Green Bay was still a pretty balanced offense. They get the ball to
Starks.
Starks. Yeah, he still had 25 carries. He didn't. He wasn't as effective running as he was against Philadelphia, but he still bounced it out. That he still didn't rely on Aaron Rodgers all day. The other thing I want to talk about was Tramon Williams. I think he was been the unsung hero for the Pack all season.
Oh yeah.
He had 2 interceptions in this game, including one. I think the interception he had right before the half, pretty much that sealed it.
Mm-hmm. Jumped the route.
With his play, being able to step up, that makes him. Now they can have Woodson come off the corner and blitz people a lot more often because they trust him in coverage. What kind of advantage is it now that they got can we call him a shutdown corner now, or is he can we ready to call him one of the elite quarters?
If he does it for another full year, if he performs at this level, then we can consider that. I'm not going to say that yet though. I mean, Tracy Porter looked like an all-star last year for the Saints, but who don't nobody know who he is now.
He did to me when he had the one good game in the Super Bowl. He never did nothing before that to me.
He had some big turnovers.
Oh, that's the whole stuff. Saints defense all last year. Everybody said they had big turnovers.
But he was part of it though. I mean, and a lot of people knew who he was, but don't nobody know really who he is now.
And he the dude that Lynch ran over 3 times.
Yeah.
We know him there.
Yeah. I mean, he's infamous now, I guess now.
All right, let's go into the other game. Not much we can talk about here. Chicago 35, Seattle 24. It really wasn't that close. I mean, I think Chicago pretty much, honored Derek to let him off the hook last quarter. But 37 out of 40 picked the Bears. I think this is one of the few games everybody actually got right. I don't know. I mean, what do we talk about here? I mean, there's nothing really to talk about. Right from first series, he hit Olsen the big bomb. I mean, pretty much the game was over.
Well, Jay Cutler won his first playoff game. He looked pretty impressive.
Who don't look impressive against Seattle on the road? Seattle, I mean,
it's garbage.
Especially on the road. Yeah. I mean, at home they play anybody tough. On the road, on the road, I don't think they can beat anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I give him some credit. He ran for a couple of touchdowns. His running ability, people underrated his running ability.
Yeah, I agree there.
And, it's a good game all around for the defense. They kind of slacked off a little bit. They were sleepwalking towards the end of the game. That's why.
I guess we could talk about that. Is that a cause for concern that they, in the playoff game, that you kind of let up at the end, even though you were up big? Is that something that you should be concerned about?
I don't think so much because it was Seattle, but I wanted to say I want to give Lovie Smith credit because before the season started, he was on the hot seat. People were wanting to get rid of him, and he made some moves. Especially like the biggest move was a defensive move to get Julius Peppers, and then to get this far, you know what I'm saying, from being on the hot seat. I mean, his job is already secure. You know.
Ain't no such thing as that in the NFL.
Yeah.
Unless you Bill Belichick.
Nah, but, I mean, it's like he ain't on the hot seat no more. But I mean, he made the moves he had to do, and he was actually able to get along with, you know, Mike Martz's offense, and get along with Jay Cutler on top of that.
So you say no job was secure. You don't think Tomlin's secure either?
Who? Tomlinson?
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Well, you know,
Pittsburgh don't fire their
yeah,
coaches. They don't fire their
well,
coaches.
okay, other than that and Bill Belichick, I mean, you can have he has a bad year last year. You can be on the hot seat. I mean, you just 1 year from being on the hot seat. It don't matter what kind of contract you got.
All right. Well, let's move on to the what's left of our brackets.
Okay.
We're gonna take a look at the playoff leaders. I mentioned earlier that Markia Hayes is right now leading the league in playoff points. Pretty much her and Guy dominating the playoffs, and right now Guy's in the driver's seat to win his third championship. With three, you know, they're the only two players that have three. The only two players this year that have 3 of the 4 teams right into the championship weekend. This is probably, I think this is the first time in league history that only 2 people were able to accomplish that. And right now, Guy is one of the leaders in available playoff points too, because he has both his Super Bowl winners left, where Markia only has 1. So pretty much, Guy's in the driver's seat. I don't know if you want to do like Texas Hold'em odds. He has like a 66% chance of winning. So pretty much all Guy needs to do is have Pittsburgh win. Pittsburgh wins out, he's the champ. If Pittsburgh wins this week and Green Bay loses, he's still the champ. Pittsburgh doesn't even have to win the Super Bowl if Green Bay loses. So
Now, what if Pittsburgh loses and Green Bay loses? Does he still win?
he probably still will end up winning because
Anybody else pick Green Bay to win it all? Did anybody pick Chicago to win it all?
nobody picked Chicago to win it all. Only 2 people at Chicago in the final to make it, but nobody picked them to win it.
Anybody else pick the Jets? Anybody pick the Jets to win it all?
No, I think one person had Jets in there,
Oh, okay.
but everybody that has a chance is too far back.
Oh, okay.
The only way you can get enough points to come up is to win it all.
So basically, Green Bay loses and you got it won.
Pretty much. Well, no, Pittsburgh still has to win, and then if then it will come down. Then Mike, who's still in first right now, may be
Oh, okay. So
he may be all right, but even then, Guy still may catch him because if he ends up winning the playoff, you know, the having the most points, which he has a good chance of doing, he'll get that bonus, and that may get him over the top. So,
Oh, okay.
so it's still he's still in the driver's seat the way it goes.
All right.
Either way it goes, he's in the driver's seat. Markia can win if she needs Green Bay to win it all, and then she needs Pittsburgh to lose this week, and then she probably have to hit a couple of pick games on the head for her to win it all. But we're gonna take a break. How we looking on time?
We do about 3 more minutes.
Okay. I guess we go on to gone fishing real quick. We'll start with the Seattle Seahawks. You know, we're gonna send them off fishing. They're casting iron into the water now to see what they're gonna do in the off season. They've already fired their offensive coordinator Jeremy Bates. What areas do you guys feel the Seahawks need to have improvement at for next year?
Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah, playoff team though.
7-9 playoff team.
They need to improve it everywhere.
Well,
Okay, what areas the
Maybe.
most?
well, linemen, offensive linemen. That's where they need to start. Get some guards, get some tackles, get some centers, get some backup guards, get some backup tackles, backup centers, and get some D tackles, and some linebackers, and some cornerbacks.
They need a receiver too, I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, receivers.
I mean,
too.
Mike Williams
Yeah.
was a big surprise,
But
but
they need a deep
other than that, yeah.
Well, actually, I guess the receiving class isn't as deep as I thought it was going to be because there's like 3 guys that were projected maybe first round or early second
Yeah,
round.
Blackman
picks.
and
Michael Floyd.
Michael Floyd decided to come back.
And Ryan Broyles, those three, came
Oh,
back.
Broyles decided to come back too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I hope Michael Floyd can hook up.
yeah, but yeah, I mean they definitely need offensive linemen more than anything else though.
But what about the quarterback situation? Is Hasselbeck still the guy, or is it time to give it over to Charlie Whitehurst?
If it's up to me, I say I just give the reins to Whitehurst. I know Hasselbeck looked pretty good in the playoffs, but I can't. To me, he's unreliable. He can't stay healthy for a whole season. I go with Whitehurst. I think he's the quarterback for now. Yeah, but I was still looking to drafting a quarterback. In this draft, maybe just backup. There's a backup plan if Whitehurst doesn't work out.
All right. So where did the Seahawks go as far as offensive coordinator?
I don't know.
You think he's gonna try? Pete Carroll will try to get one of his
USC people.
USC people. Yeah.
Why
Possibly.
not? Yeah, he might as well. I mean, unless he was Josh McDaniels.
Actually, I did hear a rumor about Josh McDaniels too, because I think they worked together in New England when he was still in the league.
Well, I guess I hear McDaniels is asking for too much money. That's why he hasn't been hired. Yeah, right now I think it was a deal was imminent with I don't know, was it with the Rams or I think it was the Rams or someone else. They were about to hire him, but there were some discrepancies. I guess because he was asking for too much money.
Okay.
So
Well, we're gonna take a break. Then we come back. We're gonna finish up gone fishing. We got the Falcons, the Ravens, and the Patriots, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the Browns' new head coach.